Greetings, everybody. Question. If Rock and Roller Coaster were to be shut down and they gave you the power to theme it, would you pick a new band? Would you change the ride, to another, just a new band, or maybe make it a Cars type of thing? Or here's another question. Uh, what's your favorite ride? Is it now these two aren't the biggest. Big Thunder is a lot bigger than Mine Car. I love Mine Car, especially when you sit in the back. Oh my God. Best part. I think I hit the back 3 times in a row, and I didn't ask for the back. It just happened to be like that. It was the best part of that ride. Slinky Dog, I've never been on the back, but I've been, in the middle many times. Love those two. Which one would you pick? No, it's not. This is not about the mountains. It's not about, you know, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Um, it's just I was just curious about things like that. You can answer that in the chat below. Um, just watching a squirrel. Yeah, I have another cat sitting here. Yesterday we had a white cat, and today it's a big orange cat, and there's a squirrel over here running. And you just heard a dog. That's a neighbor in the back. I guess he heard me coming on with this. Oh, you people don't realize how badly I want to get back to Disney. What am I talking about? You guys are probably stuck home in the snow and everything. Would love to get back. I'm from Connecticut, and I'm used to snow, even though I haven't had to shovel snow or anything in over 20 years. I know. God, I know. I remember the blizzard of '78 up in Connecticut. Oh my God, that was crazy. Um, and the people who live up north, in those backs they were shut up with shovels, they don't sweep your back. They're horrible. They'll break your back. It's just nuts. Yeah, we've been down here like 20 years, and when it gets on the 50s now, my blood has thinned. And it does go again. Everybody's like, "Oh, they're afraid of the cold." Its problem is we're not scared of the cold. It just doesn't hit that much anymore. And I bet you in February will be chilly too. But by the time it comes around to March would be considered the beginning of the spring. Make it the beginning of summer for us, because it'll hit in the 90 degrees possibly by St. Patrick's Day and stay in the 90s constantly, which is you're just cooking it, and you don't get used to the heat. I don't care, you've been down here all your life. I know a couple people down here who've been here all their life. They just said, I can never get used to the heat. So the heat would probably start like it did a few years ago, around the end of March, all the way up until the end of September. And that's a long time to be in that heat. Oof. I know most of you are like, "Oh, I'd rather be there right now." Hey. I've noticed that people in the parks dressed down and stuff. It's like everybody's wearing short sleeve shirts, and it's in the 50s. And the thing is, they're walking around, but you can see the kids are cold. Even if it's in the 50s and you guys are coming down from snowy weather, in the 50s, if you're maybe your first couple of days here, because you're so used to being in the colder weather, it'll be all right. Next thing you know, you'll be like, "Oh, I'm starting to adjust to Florida weather. 50 is gonna bother me now." 50 doesn't bother me, and I love it. I wish I could be 50 every day here. That's me. I love wearing long sleeves. So I don't have that many long sleeve shirts. You see a lot of Floridians wearing short sleeve. That's because they don't buy long pants, long sleeve shirts, and I still buy because I'm not stupid. I know it's gonna still get chilly here. Sometimes only 2 times in the last 20 years, it does get down to the 30s. Ugh. I remember leaving work one night because I worked overnight. Getting to the car was around 3:30 a.m. and I had frost on the window. I had nothing. I had no ice scrapers, nothing, because I figured at that point, I'll wear the clothes down there, but I am not bringing an ice scraper because I probably will never need it. We heard about the winter of '78 when it actually snowed in Tampa, but it was rough trying to get that frost out that window. Thank God I had a box cutter. One like I got right here, but it was bigger. And it was much thicker, and I used to take it. Can't see here. I used to take it and scratch around the window, and not scratch the window, thank God. Just to get it off there. Then I got in the car and you put the heat on after it's been sitting for like months and months and months after AC, and at first it blows out. Poof. You're like, oh my God, I'm in 10-degree weather. No, I didn't come on to talk about the weather. I'm a collector. Not a Disney collector as much, even though I'd like to collect some stuff if I find it for Splash Mountain. I do have a couple things, like the pennies and stuff we crushed over after what was the last day of the ride? It was oh no, what was it, the last day? No, it was the day before. We went the day before the last day of Splash Mountain about a year ago. We got in line. Then we were standing in line because we were in the DAS pass line, because a couple of friends who have that pass, so we were in that line. And we sat there for maybe 20 minutes just talking around and just waiting for us to go up. And that's when the ride broke down, so we had to leave. It didn't come back that day. It was around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It didn't come back until 10 o'clock that night. I was so bummed out. I wanted to go on it one more time. The movie, the Great Movie Ride. 2-hour wait to get in that day. We walked in the park that morning. Everybody just raced to the front of what is now Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I like the ride. But the problem is it's much shorter. It's like 5 minutes. Where, of course, you guys know have been on the movie ride. I think that was like a 20-minute ride, something like that. I missed it. The only thing I wanted them to do was put new scenes in there, different movies, new animatronics, not brand new, maybe just redress some of the older animatronics up. That's all I wanted. Then they announced they were going to tear the whole thing down, and I was like, why? I didn't want it that bad. I just that's probably because they cut down and save money and have animatronics. And I'm very sure you guys have seen the animatronics over at the Beauty and the Beast ride over in Tokyo. I would love to have that thing. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. It's got down to where people are talking about a 5th park. I'm not saying anything about could be open, but they've been talking about it for years. And because with Epic Adventure coming over in the Universal, they're going to have to do something. Like I said the other day, Dark Kingdom. You'd probably have like Maleficent Castle, big black thing, spires, and dark looking, And I just can imagine lands for that area. And what kind of rides would you have for them? There was a ride that was supposed to go where, what do you call it? Animal Kingdom. Oh my God, I forgot the name of that movie. Avatar. I'm not an Avatar fan. I will never watch that movie because it reminds me too much of Dances with Wolves with Kevin Costner. Basically the same premise. Except for here it was a tribe of Indians, and on the planet it was the Navi people, yeah. And the idea was they were supposed to put it was supposed to be something like animals that didn't exist. Of course, you had Dino Land, but those were animals that used to exist. And on the other side was the animals that never existed, but were in like Greek mythology and everything, and dragons and Pegasus and unicorns and stuff like that were supposed to be in that. You were supposed to have a good guy side and a bad guy side, and I don't know if anybody of you knew about that. They decided not to, and they made it like a I don't know, sure. I'm not sure what it was. A picnic. I don't even know if it was a picnic area, but it was mostly meet and greet and stuff like that. That never happened. Um, I go over there once in a blue moon. I'm not I'm not a big animal kingdom person. I like seeing the animals, um, but it's just I if I want to go to the zoo, I don't know. That's just me. Yeah, I'm being picky. Uh, I bet you a lot of you people like Animal Kingdom. I don't know. It's just me. And then they're talking about taking away Dinosaur Land and changing Dinosaur Ride since it's the same track layout as the Indiana Jones ride. Bring that here and making it like half Indiana Jones and half Encanto, something like that. But if they move Encanto here, because they were talking about having Encanto and oh my goodness, I forgot the name of the movie. How did I forget the name? Encanto and oh, Coco. Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking Miguel. Miguel may be the main character, but his great great grandmother, Coco. I love that movie. Great music in that movie too. I say if they're gonna do something behind Big Thunder Mountain, just let it be the land, the Dark Land, in one of the villain's land or whatever you want to call it. Maybe they could do something over in Adventureland from I don't know. I don't know for Encanto, maybe something for Moana or something like that. They were talking about maybe this was years ago though. It was talked about, or no one past that. They're talking about they might have put another mountain. There would have been another mountain in the back of the park. Um, I'm not sure how they would have worked that because with the train and everything. I seen a video from years ago before they built Pirates. Because Pirates wasn't built here till '73 because people were complaining. They came here and says, "Where's Pirates? We want Pirates." Because they thought it was so close to New Orleans and it's from this area, people didn't want to see that. And they're like, "No." And where Splash and Big Thunder sit now, that was supposed to be a gigantic Western themed area with like Splash Mountain type of water ride and everything. It was humongous. I don't know if you've seen the artwork for that. I post something like that on Wednesdays if I can find pictures from it. Oh yeah, before before Pirates was built, when you took the train, you could easily see it was like a gap, and you can actually see um, what you call it. I'm sorry, peeps. I'm like getting to the point where like I'm hoping I'm not getting Alzheimer's. I'm kind of like young for that. um, the Enchanted Tiki Room. You could see everything. I once seen it on a video many years ago. Many years ago, it's probably before COVID, and I was like, what is this? You know, I had to show people. I was like, this is incredible. Um, Sorry, I'm not looking directly at you guys because when I do look at now, I'm looking at you. I'm looking dead at the camera, and what you see where my eyes are. That's the problem with it. I'm not sure if it's because my camera is old. Probably. I get an S9. Yeah, Samsung S9. I've had it like 4 or 5 years now. Hey, it still works. It gets me by. Eventually, I will get a new camera, but it's gonna have to hold for me. I want to get a computer. Um, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I have seen. Aerial view. Now, at this point in time, now you know Disneyland has the Mark Twain and the Columbia. At Magic Kingdom, there was the Admiral Joe Fowler and Richard C. Irvine. Richard C. Irvine still exists, and it was renamed the Liberty Bell. The Admiral Joe Fowler was a duplicate for Mark Twain. In 1980, I think it was, or somewhere around there, it was going in to be maintenance work on it, and something happened, and the crane lost hold of it, and it fell to the ground and smashed into pieces. So they never rebuilt it. So Richard Seaver Irvine went around by herself for years, till they decided to name it to the Liberty Bell. So that boat has been there since the beginning. And I would see an aerial picture of both boats on either side of Tom Sawyer Island, and I cannot locate that picture anymore. I've asked people, even in like I go to these other Disney vintage Disney picture groups, and ask if anybody's got any picture of both of them at the same time in Seven Seas Lagoon. No, not Seven Seas Lagoon, in the Rivers of America. And nothing. I seen that picture years ago. I thought I might have kept it to the computer. So when I get a new computer, I'm gonna have to take the memory chip, whatever you want to call it, a memory stick, and get it out and see if it's still there. I don't think I've deleted it. I shouldn't have. Let's see. I love talking old Disney. As I said on Wednesdays, it's on Disney Worlders. It's way back Wednesday. I love posting stuff. I love finding old things too, of what the place used to look like, what it was like back in the day when it first opened. I went in '75, my first time ever. I was 9 years old. Boy, when I walked in there, like in about 30 years later, and I walked back in there, I was like, wow. You mean, if you guys haven't been to Disney in a while, and all of a sudden you pop up around, you're walking down Main Street, and all of a sudden there's the castle. The pictures never do the castle any good, because to the naked eye, you go around, you get around the corner, that castle's a hulking, massive building, and you can't pick that up with a camera. I've seen everybody do it with theirs. It just doesn't pick it up. It just shows the castle like far away and looks tall and skinny, and it's not. It's a big hulking thing. It's crazy. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. Mud. There's mud back here. I'm gonna let you guys go. I almost didn't come on today. I was just sitting here. What am I gonna talk about? I love talking old Disney. Even though, I wasn't there. I mean, up in Connecticut, you never think of Disney. Only when commercials come on TV or something like that. Never, what in the world is this? Okay, guys. I hope you guys have a great day, or rest of it. You guys up north, I hope you don't have to I'm hoping you guys don't have to get any more snow, because I know how that was. Ooh, I remember getting a snowstorm almost each week for a while there back in the 90s. Whoa, I don't know if it still happens. I don't pay attention to anybody's weather anymore. I'm always trying to find things. I go to different sites. I go everywhere, look for pictures, anything that'll show anything new, old. What I'd like to do is everything that's still existing. I'd like to see them from different angles. Somebody took a picture of the castle, and he looked like he laid it on the ground to take it. He was like, no, I didn't lay it down. Hey, he must have had it on a tripod or something. I'm trying to figure out how he did that, unless he laid it down on its back and just watched. All right, guys, I'm out now. Thanks for watching. Bye.